How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to 2A News Now. And here at 2A News Now, you get your Second Amendment news, straightforward and to the point with no BS added in. It seems like an everyday occurrence. A lawmaker has come up with a new way to lose your Second Amendment rights. Over the past few years, the TSA has found an increasing number of guns in carry-on baggage, though it is hard to tell if that's because the agency has gotten better at detecting them. More flyers are inadvertently or intentionally bringing their firearms with them to the airport, or a combination of both. And of course you're going to have a really bad time if the TSA does discover a pistol in your carry-on luggage. At the very least, you're most likely going to miss your flight. You very well could be subjected to a fine, or in some states, criminal charges. In Pennsylvania, one Democratic lawmaker is hoping to crack down on these forgetful or absent-minded travelers by revoking their carry licenses if they're caught with a gun in their baggage. State Representative Dan Frankel, who of course is a Democrat from Squirrel Hill, is introducing the TSA Firearm Compliance Act, a measure that would revoke the concealed carry permits of anyone who was caught with a firearm at a TSA checkpoint. He said it's time to look at solutions with teeth, which could serve to prevent these dangerous events from happening, and also identify firearm owners who may not be qualified to carry a deadly weapon in public. The legislation is not designed to punish the majority of responsible gun owners, but to crack down on the irresponsible ones whose actions put fellow travelers at risk. It's time to send the minority bad actors a message they will hear loud and clear. Transport your firearms safely, or risk losing your permit to carry. There's one big issue with this proposed law. Not everyone caught with a pistol in their luggage is a concealed carry holder. In fact, while Frankel doesn't point to any hard data, the guess is that the majority of those who forget to remove their gun from the bags before heading to the airport aren't licensed to carry them at all. Concealed carry rates vary from state to state. About 10% of the U.S. adults have a carry permit, and in almost every state there are more gun owners that don't have a carry license than do. And don't forget, there are quite a few states that have permitless carry, also known as constitutional carry, where you don't have to have a license to carry a firearm. Why should concealed carry holders be singled out? For additional punishment, Frankel is taking on a page from U.S. Attorney Eric Olsham, who announced a couple of months ago that Pennsylvania sheriffs would consider revoking carry permits for those caught with a firearm in their carry-ons. But there are already some sheriffs who say they won't be taking that step unless there are other factors at play. Allegheny Sheriff Kevin Krause said he will only revoke a concealed carry permit when someone is caught at the airport with a gun. If there is a law to back up his decision, the sheriff said he would revoke the license to carry a firearm if it meets the statutory criteria for revocation. He said he reviews each case on an individual basis to determine if any additional factors are relevant for consideration to grant a revocation request. He will not cancel a permit if the only reason is for punishment. If I'm requested to revoke a permit for a deterrent, such action would appear to be punitive. And he said he doesn't believe that is a good government policy. Krause said that the county sheriffs can revoke a permit when someone brings a gun into a school or a courthouse building because the law prohibits guns in those locations, without adding airports to that law. People who lose their permit for that reason could argue that the sheriff doesn't have the legal right to revoke their permit. The sheriff said that type of revocation would be overturned on appeal, but not if State Representative Dan Frankel has his way. The problem isn't irresponsible concealed carry holders, but generally speaking, forgetful gun owners, singling out a group that is far more law-abiding than the general population seems like a really dumb way to address the issue. But then again, the same could be said for virtually every policy proposal that comes from the gun control lobby and their allies, regardless of whatever litigation they're proposing. Do yourself a favor and leave a few minutes to make sure your carry-ons are free from any firearms and ammunition when flying. You'll definitely save yourself a lot of hassle, and possibly even thousands of dollars in fines, whether or not you're a concealed carry licensee. Most of you know how stressful it is to fly, especially with your family and your kids. And most of the time it's just somebody who forgot that the firearm was still in the bag. I definitely would like to hear your guys' thoughts. Should the people who are caught with firearms in their carry-on baggage at a TSA checkpoint have their concealed permits revoked? And if you guys could please do me a large favor, if you enjoyed this video, or if I give you some information you didn't know, or if you just want to help the channel out and help it grow, just take a couple of seconds of your time to like, share, and subscribe and hit those post notifications. I would be very grateful. And I invite all of you to come back and watch my next video.